we'll just go from there. Okay, so you've never read this book before, but you kind of remember it from maybe a class that you had or something that you saw?
Yeah, I saw it in the TV and my iPad.
Nice. So looking at the cover, what do you think this book might be about?
It might be a girl turning rainbow color skin.
Yeah.
And she is sick.
Mm-hmm. That's a great guess. Any other guesses?
I don't know.
Okay, I think that's a good place to start. Yeah, I think that was a great intro. So let's see.
How the girl's skin turn rainbow.
I think we're going to find that out, and we're going to fill out a chart based on how it happens. During and after. Perfect. Okay, so this book is called A Bad Case of Stripes by David Shannon, and we can read it together.
Wait, is it the same author as No, David?
No, David. That was one of my favorite books growing up. I almost brought that one too, but I figured you'd read that before. All right, are you ready? Okay. Camilla Cream loved lima beans, but she never ate them. All of her friends hated lima beans, and she wanted to fit in. Camilla was always worried about what other people thought of her. Today she was fretting even more than usual. It was the first day of school, and she couldn't decide what to wear. There were so many people to impress. She tried on 42 outfits, but none seemed quite right. She put on a pretty red dress and looked in the mirror, then she screamed.
Why?
You see her 42 outfits?
Wow.
That's a lot of outfits.
Yeah, it's gonna take a long time for you to be there.
Definitely. Her mother ran into her room and she screamed too. "Oh my heavens," she cried. "You're completely covered with stripes." This was certainly true. Camilla was striped from head to toe. She looked like a rainbow. Miss Cream felt Camilla's forehead. "Do you feel all right?" she asked. "I feel fine," Camilla answered. "But just look at me." "You'll get back into bed this instant," her mother ordered. "You're not going to school today." Camilla was relieved. She didn't want to miss the first day of school, but she was afraid of what the other kids would say. And she had no idea what to wear with those crazy stripes. What would you wear with those stripes?
A rainbow outfit.
A rainbow outfit to go with the stripes? I like it. I think that's what I would do too.
Ew, what is she doing?
Right? That afternoon, Dr. Bumble came to examine Camilla. "Most extraordinary," he exclaimed. "I've never seen anything quite like it. Are you having any coughing, sneezing, runny nose, aches, pains, chills, hot flashes, dizziness, drowsiness, shortness of breath, or uncontrollable twitching?" "No," Camilla told him. "I feel fine." "Well then," Dr. Bumble said, turning to Miss Cream, "I don't see any reason why she shouldn't go to school tomorrow. Here's some ointment that should help clear up those stripes. In a few days, if it doesn't, you know where to reach me." And off he went. Even her tongue has a rainbow on it. You see that?
Yeah. Oh, what happened to her now?
The next day, right? The next day was a disaster. Everyone at school laughed at Camilla. They called her Camilla Cran and Night of the Living Lollipop. She tried her best to act as if everything were normal, but when the class said the Pledge of Allegiance, her stripes turned red, white, and blue, and she broke out in stars.
And she looks like an American flag.
She does. And look at all the other kids are like, what is going on?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Maybe she's sick.
Maybe. Let's see. The other kids thought this was great. One yelled out, "Let's see some purple polka dots." Sure enough, Camilla turned all purple polka dotty. Someone else shouted, "Checkerboard," and a pattern of squares covered her skin. Soon, everyone was calling out different shapes and colors. And poor Camilla was changing faster than you can change channels on a TV. See polka dots, checkerboard, and the ABCs, and army green.
And I don't know what's this pattern, but this is an American flag.
American flag, and that's camouflage.
What
Yeah.
is Kim?
Camouflage is what you would wear if you want to blend in with your surroundings. So like if you were in the wilderness, in the woods, you would wear camouflage to blend in.
Wow, like
Yeah.
an outfit.
Yeah.
Some clothes are like that.
Yeah, definitely. But you see all the other kids are laughing at her. They think it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
That night, Mr. Harms, the school principal, called. "I'm sorry, Miss Cream," he said. "I'm going to have to ask you to keep Camilla home from school. She is just too much of a distraction, and I've been getting calls from the other parents. They're afraid those stripes might be contagious." Camilla was so embarrassed she couldn't believe 2 days ago everyone liked her. Now nobody wanted to be in the same room as her. Bless you. Her father tried to make her feel better. "Is there anything I can get you, sweetheart?" he asked. "No, thank you," sighed Camilla. What she really wanted was a nice plate of lima beans. But she had been laughed at enough for one day. See, she has even more patterns now,
Oh no.
right?
What is everybody doing to her?
Well, yes, I see, Dr. Bumble mumbled when Mr. Cream phoned him the next day. "I think I'd better bring in the specialists. We'll be right over." After about an hour later, Dr. Bumble arrived with 4 people in long white coats. He introduced them to the Creams. "This is Dr. Grupp, Dr. Sponge, Dr. Cricket, and Dr. Young." Then the specialists went to work on Camilla. They squeezed and jabbed, tapped, and tested. It was very uncomfortable. "Well, it's not the mumps," concluded Dr. Grupp. "Or the measles," said Dr. Sponge. "Definitely not chicken pox," put in Dr. Cricket. "Or sunburn," said Dr. Young. "Try these," said the specialists. They each handed her a bottle filled with a different colored pill. I don't think that's in the picture. "Take one of each before bed," said Dr. Grupp, and then they filed out the front door, followed by Dr. Bumble. See, she has even more patterns now. How crazy.
Like,
That night, Camilla took her medicine. It was awful. She woke up the next morning. She did feel different, but when she got dressed, her clothes didn't fit right. She looked in the mirror, and there, staring back at her, was a giant, multicolored pill with her face on it.
what?
What?
And the doctors weren't being gentle to her.
They were not.
But why was that?
I think we're gonna find out. It's coming up. Dr. Bumble rushed over as soon as Miss Cream called, but this time, instead of the specialists, he brought the experts. Dr. Gord and Mr. Mellon were on the finest scientific minds on the land. Once again, Camilla was poked and prodded, looked at, and listened to. The experts wrote down lots of numbers, then they huddled together and whispered. Dr. Gord finally spoke. "It might be a virus," he announced with authority. Suddenly, fuzzy virus balls appeared all over Camilla. "Or possibly some form of bacteria," said Mr. Mellon. Out popped squiggly little bacteria tails. See? "Or possibly some form of bacteria. Or it could be a fungus," said Dr. Gord. Instantly, Camilla was covered with different colored fungus splotches. The experts looked at Camilla, then at each other. "We need to go over these numbers again back at the lab," Dr. Gord explained. "We'll call you when we have something," but the experts didn't have a clue, much less a cure.
Wow, this is fiction.
And look
This
at their
doesn't happen
faces.
in real life.
No, it does not. But look at their faces.
Are they mean or scary?
I don't think so. I just don't think that they know how to help her. By now, the TV news had found out about Camilla. Reporters from every channel were outside of her house, telling the story of the bizarre case of the incredible changing kid. Soon, a huge crowd was camped out on the front lawn. The news reporters, the people knocking on her door.
What? Why are they talking about her?
Because I don't think anyone's ever seen something quite like this. It's extraordinary. The Creams were swamped with all kinds of remedies from psychologists, allergists, herbalists, and nutritionists, psychics, and an old medicine man, a guru, and even a veterinarian. Even the so-called cure only added to poor Camilla's strange appearance. until it was hard to even recognize her. She sprouted roots and berries and crystals and feathers and a long furry tail, but nothing worked. See her sitting there, she's watching the news. See crystals, see a tail, some feathers,
and leaves,
some tree roots.
and leaves.
Some leaves with some berries.
What happened to her? She's changing. What?
One day, a woman who called herself an environmental therapist claimed she could cure Camilla.
She turned into a bed, and the windows are her eyes, and the bed is his
Yeah,
mouth.
exactly. She turned into her whole room.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Wow, that is so crazy.
So crazy. Close your eyes, she said. Breathe deeply and become one with your room. I wish you hadn't said that, Camilla groaned. Slowly, she started to melt into the walls of her room. Her bed became her mouth, her nose became her dresser, and the two paintings were her eyes. The therapist screamed and ran from the house. What are we going to do? Cried Miss Cream. It just keeps getting worse and worse. She began to sob. I see her parents here.
Why are they hugging each other? Because they're scared.
Because they just don't know how to help her. Maybe a little bit, yeah, because they don't know what the cure is. At that moment, Miss Cream heard a quiet knock at the front door. She opened it, and there stood an old woman who was just as plump and sweet as a strawberry. Excuse me, she said brightly, but I think I can help. Would you trust her to help? Do you think she can help her?
I don't know.
What do you think her cure is?
Maybe kind of like, rainbow going away medicine.
Yeah, I think that's a great guess. I think she has something like that in store for us.
Oh, beans?
So remember in the beginning how Camilla said that she hated lima beans?
Yeah, but it helps her.
She went to Camilla's room and looked around. My goodness, she said with a shake of her head. What we have here is a bad case of stripes. One of the worst I've ever seen. She pulled a container of small green beans from her bag.
What?
Here, she said, these might do the trick. Are those magic beans? Asked Miss Cream. Oh my, no, replied the kind old woman. There's no such thing. These are just plain old lima beans. I bet you'd like some, wouldn't you? She asked Camilla. Camilla wanted a big, heaping plateful of lima beans, more than just about anything, but she was still afraid to admit to it. Yuck, she said. No one likes lima beans, especially not me. Oh dear, the old woman said sadly. I guess I was wrong about you. She put the beans back in her bag and started towards the door. Camilla watched the old woman walk away. Those beans would taste so good, and being laughed at for eating them was nothing compared to what she'd been going through. She finally couldn't stand it. Wait, she cried. The truth is, I really love lima beans. I thought so, the old woman said with a smile. She took a handful of beans and popped them into Camilla's mouth. Said Camilla. So Camilla pretends not to like lima beans because other people don't like lima beans, but she really loves them. And, let's see.
Wow.
Suddenly, the branches, feathers, and squiggly tails began to disappear. Then the whole room swirled around. When it stopped, there stood Camilla, and everything was back to normal. I'm cured, she shouted. Yes, the old woman said. I knew the real you was in there somewhere. She patted Camilla on the head, and then she went outside and vanished into the crowd. See, her skin goes back to normal. No more rainbows.
The beans helped her.
They did.
What kind of beans were
The
they?
lima beans helped her. Afterward, Camilla said she wasn't quite the same. Some of the kids at school said she was weird. but she didn't care a bit. She ate the lima beans, all she wanted, and she never even had to touch of the stripes again. The end.
Wow, it was a great story.
Good. I'm glad that you liked it. So we read over it once. We're going to go through it a little bit more just so we can fully understand exactly where the story starts, the middle, and the end. So let's see.
We're gonna read it again.
No, we're not going to read it again. Unless you want to read it again, we can read it again. But let's see. So this is a lesson on learning to love who you are and accepting yourself. So Camilla, what did she struggle with telling other people that she liked?
She struggled with picking out a outfit.
She did, yeah, when she had the stripes. So she was nervous about that. And then she was also nervous about other people knowing that she liked lima beans, when everyone else doesn't like lima beans.
All people don't like it, or no?
The friends in her class, they didn't like lima beans, so she told them that she didn't like them, but she really does like lima beans. Have you ever had lima beans?
I don't think so.
They're the little green beans. Here, let me see. I have a picture.
Like
Lima beans.
like
Oh
my,
no!
what happened? No internet?
No internet.
No.
That's okay. I'll show you in a little bit when we can reconnect. Let's see. Okay. So, can you tell me what the story was about?
It was about having stripes,
Mm-hmm.
and she got sick.
Mm-hmm.
And she really likes beans,
Yes.
the lima beans.
She likes them, but she didn't want anyone to know that she liked them because nobody else liked them. So she wanted to fit in, is why she told people that she didn't like them, but she did the whole time.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So, let's see. Why do you think she might have hid that she didn't like the lima beans, or that she liked lima beans?
She hid that she didn't like lima beans because other people don't like it as well.
Yeah, so she's trying to fit in with her friends.
So she pretends she didn't like lima beans.
Yeah, perfect. It's a great response. Alright, so we're going to start with our little chart. Do you want to pick out your favorite color? It's orange, right? Do you like that color orange?
Is this also orange?
That's like a yellowish orange, but that one's really pretty too.
Is this regular orange?
Regular orange? Yeah, I think it is. Just kind of in between.
Color.
Alright, so we're going to start with the before.
Okay.
And grab my marker too, so we can both fill it out
What is your
together.
favorite color?
Ooh. I like blue. I like this color blue. I think that's my favorite. Okay.
What used to be your favorite color when you were a kid?
My favorite color when I was a kid was purple. And I still love purple, but I think I like this a little bit better. But I like all of the colors. Like this purple was the color of my room when I was younger.
Ooh, my baby brother likes red, and I think it's gonna be his favorite color.
You think so?
And it was my dad's favorite color when he was a kid.
Aw, I'm sure it is, yeah.
But not anymore.
Does he reach for the red toys in his room? Is that what you think? He likes red?
Toys.
Red toys? Does he like red things?
I don't know if he had red toys because I wasn't born that time.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
I wasn't born. I was still an angel.
Yes. Angel. Okay, so before Camilla gets the stripes, what do you think was the beginning of the story?
That she struggled picking an outfit for the 42 outfits. She tried 42 outfits.
Yeah, 42.
Which is
So, could we say something like she was struggling to fit in or find her place?
Mhm.
Yeah. So we want to maybe put that for before, or we can just abbreviate it.
Okay. Okay, never mind.
Perfect.
I just write on there?
Yeah, right next to the little dot where that starts, and then end at this dot. And you can write as much as you want.
Or if there's not enough room,
You can go all the way down.
Okay, let me try to. Wait, how did you spell her name?
Camilla, C-A-M-I-L-L-A.
A-M-I-L-L-A.
Perfect.
Camilla was struggling. No, not L. Trying to spell it.
Struggling. What do you think comes after the G?
L.
I think this one's a double letter in between. So there's one more G and then L.
L.
What do you think? There's something that comes
I.
after L.
L.
No,
I.
but it is a vowel.
I.
Do you know your vowels? A, E, I, O, U. So struggle. What do you think comes after the L?
I think it's an I.
Okay. I think it's an E. That makes sense.
Okay.
Struggle.
Did I put L or I?
I would put an E.
Okay.
Struggle.
I just put it there?
Yeah.
No. Wait, is it?
What was struggle?
I'm struggling.
E. So I.
M G. Is this how you spell it?
Struggling. I didn't realize you were going for the ing, so I was wrong, and you were totally right. So struggling.
It was I.
Yes, ing.
Okay.
Camilla was struggling.
Picking an outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Pick. Picking. No. Wait.
Got it.
Pick. Camilla was struggling. Picking a outfit.
Perfect. Oh, you have very nice handwriting.
Camilla was struggling picking an outfit.
Perfect. And if you just want to put a little period at the end.
Done.
Right. So, what was going on during the story? Towards the middle.
Wait, where's the camera? I got them.
Do you want to look through it another time?
Mm-hmm.
Just flip through a little bit. So this is her struggling to fit in, picking out an outfit.
She got sick and she got rainbow stripes, or that's the beginning.
She got her stripes. I would say that's during. So she gets her stripes and she starts to realize that she gets her different stripes from what people say to her. So she takes them very personally and they reflect back in the way that she looks. So let's see. We could say Camilla's stripes changed based on what other people said about her.
Okay, hey,
Perfect.
Camilla. Skin. Skin. Had. Add.
Stripes. Perfect. Oh, you're great at spelling. Okay. And what about afterwards? At the end of the story?
At the end, she came back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can look here or here to smoke the Camilla.
Yes.
Okay. Camilla turn back to normal. Camilla turns back to normal.
Perfect.
Wait, where is that cat?
It keeps disappearing, huh?
What? Oh.
Found it. Nice. Okay. Let's see.
Doing. That's fun.
Nice. That looks great. You have great handwriting too. Your mom said that you've been working in a reading class over the summer, or is it a little bit different than that?
I have been doing a reading class.
A reading class?
Yeah, when I was in my second house, we moved here, when I was 5 years old.
When you're 5, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
7 years old
You're
now.
7 now.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
My birthday is in May 18th.
May 18th. Nice. So that was recently. You just turned 7.
Yeah, I was supposed to be born in June, but I was born earlier, like in May 18th.
Yeah. Nice. May's a nice month. That's when it gets sunny and when spring starts.
Yay.
Yes. Woo woo. You like summer? Are you happy to be out of school for a little bit?
Yeah, for a long time.
For a long time. Yeah.
And go swimming.
Yes, swimming. Do you like swimming in the lake?
Yeah, I do. We have a pool outside there.
I know, I saw that when I was driving in. That's so nice. I wish I could go swimming in the pool. I like swimming in the lake.
Do you have a pool at your house? Or?
I do. It's not open yet though. They still have to clean it from winter time when all the snow came down. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit more writing. Do you feel like you have more of a clearer picture of the start, during, and the end of the story?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking through that?
pretend she didn't like beans.
Beans to impress her friends, but she really did like beans.
Yeah, she didn't have to hit it, right?
Yeah. So she didn't have to hide it at the end, but during, she got her stripes, her bad case of the stripes, because she was trying so hard to hide what she truly felt, and she couldn't accept that. So, let's see. Do you want to hang on to your marker, or do you want to pick a different color?
I will pick a different color.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, do you just do like this? Or no?
Yeah, wherever you want to put it.
What color should I choose?
What's your second favorite color?
I'll think of my second favorite color. I don't even know, but I'll just pick this color. I don't know what's this color called. What's this color?
Fuchsia, if you're getting technical, but dark pink.
I know, it kind of looks like a color of an onion.
I know, it's a pretty color. It kind of matches your outfit, too.
Oh, right?
Right? Almost. Super close. Okay. So this is a little bit smaller. Can you see this writing at the top?
One thing I learned from Camila is ... Sometimes I feel like Camila when it is important to be yourself because...
Perfect. So we're going to answer these questions together. So what is one thing that you learned from Camila during this story?
I learned that she shouldn't keep the lime beans that she liked. She shouldn't. Oh my god.
Oh, nice. It came right off.
Yeah, it's lime. So I learned that she shouldn't hide what she thinks about the beans.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a great response. Do you want to write that underneath in your new color?
Okay. Camila shouldn't I don't think I spelled it right.
You're just missing an L between the U and the D, but you did a great job sounding that out.
Okay. Camila should not and not enough room.
That's okay. Camila should not pretend.
Should not pretend to not like beans. Okay.
Nice. Great job. Okay. Let's see. Sometimes. Sorry, go ahead.
do what is the beans again?
The lima beans. The lima beans is a reference for how she was hiding her true feelings to impress other people. And the story is about why you shouldn't do that. Why you shouldn't try to hide your true self from other people just to fit in.
What do they taste like?
Lima beans. They taste. What kind of beans have you had before? There's pinto beans, black beans, taco beans, so like black beans. Lima beans, they're green. I wish I could show you a picture. Actually, you can kind of see them in the book.
And I don't know what it tastes like.
Have you ever had edamame before?
What is that?
Edamame, they're like these little green pouches with beans inside. They taste kind of like lima beans.
Oh, okay. I don't think I never had that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll bring some next time so you can try that.
Do they taste salty?
Only if you put salt on them. I don't think they're salty without salt. Just regularly. I don't think so. They're really good. I think you'd like them.
Okay, I'm sure I'm gonna like that.
Yes. Okay, next question. Sometimes I feel like Camilla when
I'm eating beans.
eating beans. Has there ever been a time where you felt like you didn't fit in so that you hid yourself a little bit to try to fit in?
Or
Like if one of your friends said that they liked something and you told them that you liked it too when you didn't like it. Or if they told you that they didn't like something, so you said that you didn't like it when you did like it.
When I didn't try them, I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? Didn't like what?
The beans, but I liked them.
You liked
when
them.
I tried them.
So is there a time where you felt like in your life, if we're talking about Camilla, but if we're talking about you, has there ever been a time where you told people that you liked something when you didn't like it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? So sometimes I feel like Camilla when. Do you want to think about that one?
Well, I don't think I have any times that I liked it, but I pretend I didn't like it.
So you could say you stay true to yourself. You're honest with yourself about what you like and you don't let other people take that away. So I feel like Camilla when maybe I'm true to myself. Do you have another way you'd like to say that?
Okay.
Is that making sense or do you want me to explain it a little bit more?
Maybe
explain a little bit more. So let's go back to our chart. So at the beginning of the book, the first sentence is, Camilla Cream loved lima beans, but she never ate them. All of her friends hated lima beans, and she wanted to fit in. Camilla was always worried about what other people thought of her. So let's see, has there ever been a time where you were worried about what someone thought of you?
When I was in my daycare and then we were playing jails and it's not a real jail. I tried to get out and then I fell and then my knee was bleeding a little bit.
I'm sorry. Were you worried about what other people thought of you when you fell? Did you feel embarrassed when you fell?
No, but
good. You shouldn't ever feel embarrassed about that kind of stuff. And Camilla, the problem in this story is that she is embarrassed by those kinds of things, and that's why she gets the stripes, because she does not stay true to herself.
Wow.
So I think if you can't think of a time for that one, then I think we can skip over that. But we could also think of at the end when Camilla is true to herself and she comes into everything and she goes back to normal and her skin changes back. Maybe you feel like Camilla at the end of the book when she's true to herself and back to normal and doesn't care what people think about her.
Well then, when I'm true,
Sometimes I feel like Camilla when maybe I'm proud of myself.
okay.
Good job. That looks great. Okay. Last question for you. It is important to be yourself because. Why do you think it's important to be yourself?
Because if you don't be yourself, you may be copying people.
Yeah. Why do you think it's bad to copy people?
Because you sometimes you're jealous.
Do you think there's ever a time where it's good to copy people? I do. I think that if someone's doing something that you could see yourself doing, or that's a good thing that you like getting good grades.
Wait, I have a text to world, but I was not born this time. My mom had a friend, and then she copied her friend, and her name was Blue. I meant her favorite color was blue, and she copied her, and then now her favorite color is not blue anymore, and now it's yellow.
Yeah, I like that.
And
do you have any examples from your life?
And sometimes her friend just do this and spits on her hand, and my mom, when she was a kid, she copied her.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, really gross.
Have you ever copied someone?
Yeah, I copied my friend. She was doing this and I did this.
Yeah, that's funny. I think, okay, let's go back to the question. It is important to be yourself because?
Because you might be copying people.
It's important to be yourself because, do you know what the word original means?
Normal?
Number one. So number one, and also the first of something. So you could be the first of yourself by not copying other people and being your own person. which is important because if you copy other people, sometimes you forget about the things that you really like because you are trying to fit in, just like Camilla with her lima beans. So she's telling everyone that she doesn't like lima beans when she really does, but they were the cure for her stripes the whole time. So if she had stayed true to herself, then the stripes would have never happened. And if she was herself, then the stripes wouldn't have happened. So that's the moral of the story for the book, which we're just trying to relate this to real life right now. So let's see. It's important to be yourself because. Why do you think it's important to be yourself?
It's important to be yourself because I just only think you could you're copying people.
Okay, I like that. I think we should write that down.
Are copying copying people. Wait, no, I'm not spelling it right.
P-O.
I'm wrong.
No, you were right. That first part was right. Doing a great job. The next letter though, P-O. Pole.
Oh.
Great job.
And I turn it.
Perfect. Those were all of the questions that I had for you. So now we get to do the fun part.
What is it? Is it
The fun part is making your own portrait of yourself with your own stripes.
Wow.
I brought this pretty paper. for
You could
for
make the stripes whatever you want.
Yeah. Do you want me to make an outline of the face for you so that you can kind of just color it in? Or do you want to draw it?
I want you to color.
Okay, I'll let you color it in because they're your stripes, remember? You gotta stay true to yourself. But I'll draw the head.
This is fiction.
This is absolutely fiction.
If it doesn't look, if the things like in here don't happen in real life, it's fiction. If it does happen in real life, it's non-fiction.
Okay, I have your head and your ears and your neck, but you get to draw your face, your hair, your skin. And you could do it just like it happened to Camilla with her stripes. Like in this scene. There are things that other people were saying about her, but this is for you. So what makes you unique? You can draw that on your skin.
Okay, let me try to draw my stripes.
You want to use some colors?
Yes, please.
And there's crayons too.
White, and I have brown eyes. So I'm gonna have this. I think my color of my eyes is this color. And I'm gonna color it in.
I'm gonna let you keep these markers and these crayons until I see you next time.
Ooh, let's try some crayons.
Some crayons. No, I got those. I hope that they work on this kind of paper. I've never tried it before. Feel how it's sort of like it's this shiny paper?
No, I'm looking for black. Yeah, is there any black over here?
I thought. Is this one not?
No, it's not. It's violet blue.
What?
It looks black.
There we go.
You do you think it works?
Yeah, I think it looks great. And your smile, because that also makes you unique.
Okay. I'm gonna move this for a little bit. Then I think this is how I look. Even though I see through it, I still look bald. Okay, it's pretty long, so
Yeah, you do have very long hair.
I hope I'm free. Wow. Before you came here, my tooth used to be here, and then after that, and I went to the bathroom and I twisted,
Today?
and then
What?
that,
You yanked it out yourself? I
yeah,
was never brave enough to do that. I always let them fall out by themselves. That's brave.
yeah, and it didn't even hurt when I twisted.
Wow, so it was ready to come out. Which tooth was it?
This one?
That one? Oh my goodness. Tooth fairy tonight?
Yes.
Is she coming? Is that under your pillow?
Yeah.
Nice. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was so happy.
Yeah.
Kinda looks kinda weird.
Doesn't it? I see you're wearing these very pretty glasses. Do you think that's something that should go on your self-portrait?
I'm just taking
agree.
off it so I know what it looks like.
And they're pink.
Yeah.
Do you want to use
A
pink?
little bit pink.
A little bit pink. I love those.
Yeah, let me try. I'm gonna try my best to make the shape. Ooh, this looks kinda